You know, the 5 pillars of healing is something I've been working on for over 30 years. I mean, after writing 12 books and seeing patients for those number of years and literally doing experiments in the animal model and the human model, I've come up with a formula that really works. If you practice my 5 pillars of healing, you will get well. Let me tell you about the first one, a non-inflammatory diet. A lot of protein, a lot of healthy fats that doesn't elicit insulin, that's the way to go. Organic, as much as possible, fresh fruits and vegetables. You don't want to have a lot of sugars. You don't want to elicit an insulin response. We know that excess insulin is a prime source of inflammation, and inflammation is the root cause of heart disease. Pillar number 2 is exercise. You know, exercise is important because it enhances cardiovascular health, but what a lot of people don't realize is exercise will elicit growth hormone, and it's the best way to detoxify the body. When we exercise, we mobilize our intestines, and my patients used to ask me all the time, Dr. Sinatra, what can I do to help me move my bowels? And I would say, walk the dog. And when you walk the dog and when you move, you will move in all places, not just one. Pillar number 3 is detoxification. And basically the body is full of toxins. We're exposed to heavy metals, radon, cigarette smoke, insecticides, pesticides, and the list goes on and on. You know, our body must detoxify. I mean, we are exposed to so many chemicals and heavy metals that if you don't detoxify the body is overwhelmed with what we call oxidative stress, which really causes silent inflammation, which is really the essence of all diseases. I learned about detoxification years ago, and basically it was on a cruise. I was lecturing, and I saw the worst case of Parkinson's disease I've ever seen, and it was a gentleman who worked at DuPont in a chemical factory. And then the next lecture on the program was on detoxification. So I had this aha, and I realized that we have to detoxify from chemicals and heavy metals. Pillar number 4 is targeted nutritional supports. When you take B vitamins, carotenoids, flavonoids, these are compounds found in fresh fruits and vegetables, and particularly coenzyme Q10, the carnitines, ribose, magnesium. When you take this conglomerate of nutraceuticals, it bolsters ATP, which is energy in cells. The energy of our cells actually restores our cells and repairs our cells. So a good nutraceutical program is a must. My 5th pillar of healing is mind-body medicine. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, emotional stress is as toxic as heavy metals. And you have to look at emotional stress as a risk factor. Think about high blood pressure. Years ago in medical school, we were taught that 80% of high blood pressure was idiopathic. We call it essential hypertension. However, we know now that oxidative stress due to emotional stress is one of the biggest factors in a hypertensive individual. And in order to combat emotional stress, the most important thing is really assuaging the sympathetic nervous system. And how do you do that? Well, yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, all these different therapies that really tone down the sympathetic nervous system. And when you do that, the heart improves, the brain improves, the pituitary hypothalamic axis, all the hormonal interactions improve, and you have smooth sailing ahead. So those are my 5 pillars. You practice those and you'll get well.